Yo, what's up, man? Sir Justice here. We about to get right into it, man. Yeah, so today we're about to be covering Libra in the sixth house. All right, what does Libra in the sixth house mean? I'm a Libra, by the way. I gotta go ahead and brag on myself a little bit. Libra, baby. October Libra in the house. Um, yeah, but so typically people with Libra in the sixth house, these are going to be your Taurus ascendant or Taurus rising individuals. There are exceptions to this rule, based on if you like close off to the cusp and whatnot. Um, but yeah, Libra in the sixth house, man. Libra in the sixth house is all about, your balance of your daily routines and your daily practices and, the ins and outs of your schedule and your service to, your work environment, your career, what you got going. Like you got a business going, you doing community service, however you're like impacting your community, and also specifically in the workplace. um that's what the sixth house embodies, right? So here along comes Libra, and Libra's all about balance. They want to have everything, kind of the equilibrium already situated, right? They don't really deal well, with being imbalanced and not having daily routines and schedules. So yeah, this influence could be a nice compliment if Libra is balanced in those daily tasks and daily activities, and the things that they need to be doing and the things that they are doing to serve their community, if that makes sense. All right. So keep in mind that Libra rules the kidneys and the lower back. All right. So as far as health issues, you could see typically back problems. You could see typically kidney problems that could pop up. You might potentially see, or be at higher risk for diabetes. You know what I mean? It's so cool. You've got the medical industry and whatnot, and they have all of these diagnoses based on your DNA, and if it's hereditary, did your mom or dad have this, all of these risk factors. But I think it's real wavy how we can correlate that into astrology. You know what I mean? Like the same risk factors present themselves, these same components exist. And that, I feel like that's why astrology is starting to grow as a whole, or in a sense. I feel like it used to be this kind of hidden thing and this mysterious thing, and now people are starting to see a system that is tried and true. All right, so let's not get off topic. So yeah, Taurus risings, what do these people look like? These people are typically, very down to earth, very gentle, very kind. Because keep in mind, Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So these are people that, they're in love with the arts and the creative forces. They're all about, they're all about, love. Because, hey, at the end of the day, Venus is all love. Another thing, that might be kind of like oh yeah, that's a Taurus rising, is they have, kind of these like thicker features. You ever seen somebody with a super thick neck, you know what I mean? Just a little chunky John and whatnot. Yeah, they're probably a Taurus rising, or got that kind of like round face. They could either be like a Capricorn rising. Chances are they're probably a Taurus rising. You know what I mean? Because we're thinking about that gracious bull. You know what I mean? That big swole neck bull in the pasture. Okay, and typically, they want to be calm. They don't, they don't want no problems. They don't want, you know, they don't want really, they just want peace and love and unity and to be, gracious. But don't piss them off though. All right. All right. Anyways, so we're talking about health issues. What things can present themselves? What kind of things can, really be an issue? You could have somebody with skin problems. This could be people with, hormonal imbalances, right? Because Libra in the sixth house, their sole purpose, or that sole intent or influence, excuse me, is to restore balance to one's health. And so it may be that, the things that you're eating, the things that you're intaking, but a lot of it might have to do with the discipline that, you put onto yourself, to maintain, the right weight, to maintain the right health, and get the necessary supplements that you need on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so balance in all of those areas, including work, including the environment, because you got to add those influences. You know what I mean? You got to stay with these influences, because I think that it's a really good guide for us to kind of understand where we need to implement these forces and where we need to, use them to our advantage, excuse me. So I think the key to, somebody that has Libra in the sixth house is maintaining their balance in their daily routines and their daily practices, because it's super important. When those things when the scale is tipped, then that's when you get these underlying health issues. That's when, things are kind of knocked off its equilibrium. All right. Yeah. So where do we, let's go into Taurus. Let's go back into, Taurus rising, and how, these type of people can use their advantages. So off the bat, Taurus rising people, they come off as, people that complete jobs, and people that are very, consistent, and people that are, very like loyal and dependable. You know what I mean? You got a work assignment, you got something, that you need done. You need something like maybe proofread, or you need something looked over. Maybe that tedious work that, Libra might start but won't finish. That Taurian energy is going to take your task and make it better. It's going to take your task and complete it. It's going to, be able to look at something and be like, hey, this is a good start. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, it's fixed energy. All right, it's fixed earth. They ain't really trying to go nowhere. You know what I mean? They they in it for the long haul. So these are people that are extremely dependable. These are people that, that can put the pieces together, project organizers, in a sense. If you guys would like to know or hear more about, Libra in the sixth house, comment, show me some love, let me know what we doing. Until then, I'm gonna head and cut this one short, all right, because we got some stuff to do on this beautiful Sunday. And appreciate the love, y'all.